Top of abortion to you laddies, my name is Richard, and today we are going to do the part 2 of the rarest items in Room of the Mad God. Now first off, take this video with a grain of salt. If you have something to add, just leave it in the comments, and I will be glad to add it in the next episode if there will be one. Because I'm not sure if there's enough items in Room of the Mad God to do this. I can't keep milking this concept for views. This video will mostly consist of you guys adding on to my last episode, and let's get started. So the first items on this list is the tarot cards, which dropped in release 23.1, where the alchemist was also added. The cards functioned as a way you could pay the alchemist and get tokens in turn, so you could play rounds and earn items. Pretty much works as the mystery box does nowadays. And there were 9 different tarot cards, which you could collect. There were the Fool tarot card, which dropped from the Puppet Master, then the Death tarot card from Lord Ruthven, and so on. You will see the items on screen. As you can also see, I still have a couple of them. I actually dropped one recently. I didn't really think ahead for this video, but I did. And now I can mourn about it. If you have a tarot card, it's pretty much useless. It has no feed power whatsoever, and you can't use it for shit. I guess, keep it for the collecting purpose? Well, the autism I have in my body has led me to keep these 4 cards. Moving on, the next thing on the lists is the treasures, which is these treasures drops from dungeons such as the Manor of Immortals, Davy Jones, Abyss of Demons, Ocean Trench, and the Tomb of the Ancients. Probably some of the most common ones of these treasures is the Golden Femur, the Gold Ribcage, and the Golden Conch and Golden Cockle, and all of the Tomb Ancients except for the Pharaoh's Mask. Funnily enough, the most decent treasure. Damn! These items pretty much function as vanity for flexing, purely. Because they don't really have a lot of feed power compared to nowadays pets. So, which one of these is the most rare? Now, first off, which ones haven't I gotten before? I haven't gotten the Ruby Gemstone or the Golden Chalice, I believe. I've gotten the rest of them. I also read a comment from one of you guys that said that the Ruby Gemstone is the most rare, so I am going to go ahead and believe that. So before I proceed with my next point, I would like to give a huge shout out to Glef, the Swedish YouTuber living his Swedish deluxe lifestyle, PewDiePie 2.0. You should probably go check him out because he's uploading a lot of Q&As and awesome update videos. He also shouted at me a bunch of times. I'm not really sure if my 5,000 less subscribers than him can actually do something, but let's see what we can do. You probably saw this next one coming. Wand of Bullwark. Not including the reskin that dropped during the winter event, of course. The OG Bullwark that only drops in the Snake Pit. This item is probably as rare as it is because the Snake Pit isn't ran as often as other dungeons. Also, the Snake Pit drops speed, which makes it not very fortunate to farm in, because a lot of players don't really need a ton of speed. This wand probably has the most fucked up shooting pattern, like, ever. But it's a very cool and unique looking item, or vanity item you could say. And it's the highest DPS wand in the game. Or not DPS exactly, but the highest base damage. Now for the next item, the beer slurp, which could be purchased for 990 gold in 2012. But it was discounted at 390. The way that this item works is that if you pop it, it would start looking for the nearest beer guard immediately. And if it found one, it would make a exclamation mark appear over its head. The only other way to find a beer guard is to just go look in the Highlands, and if you see a stationary red dots on the map but no monster appeared, it will mean there is a beer guard. You can call other players in the chat, and if more than 4 players appear, the boss will spawn. Only if you bring the beer slurp, it will spawn without having to call the 4 other players. Rather interesting item. Usable or not, you decide. Next is the pet rock, just for the memes. This item was free during April Fools in 2017, actually originally priced at 9,999.99 cents of dollars. This was of course a joke. The item was only introduced because of a pet bug that happened in the patch 27.7x11.1. Who the fuck cares? The bug made pets use their skills less frequently, which gave Deca purpose to add this item. It only appears for 10 seconds and has a cooldown of 20 seconds, and it will be usable again and again from the inventory slot. It will appear on the ground in these 4 forms. This next item is the most recent item that drops, which is the hot sauce. The hot sauce dropped from the Piñata during the Taco event, also known as the Censo de Mayo event. This test chest, which is the Piñata, would spawn after you killed or defeated a boss in a few of selected dungeons. The hot sauce would be used for quests, which could be completed, and you would get items in the Tinkerer. That is why that this item is pretty much useless now, but a couple players still have it. You can see it being sold on RealMi for a lot of items. It holds a lot of value. A quick note before the next item, I finally found the map and confirmation on RealMi of the Cape of 1,000 Treasures. Also, there is a very rare, or dungeons that don't appear any longer, such as the Belladonna's Garden and the Rainbow Road. I would just suggest these as rare indeed as well. Next items is the yellow, the red, and the blue Behemoth quiver, and of course the reskin, the freezing quiver. One of the reasons that this item is as rare as it is because that you have to kill one of the red, blue, or red, blue, or yellow Behemoths as the final mob in the dungeon, and this quiver, or quivers, will have a chance of dropping. Not many people know of this quiver, but it's relatively useful. It slows, and it has a very good range, good damage output, and 3 shots, which is one of the reasons that you might get your hands on this quiver. One of the easiest way to get this quiver would probably be doing during the winter event last winter, where you could get the freezing quiver for 4 times 20 primals, which I would say is worth for such a wonderful item. So the next item you might have seen, which is the magic mushroom. This item doesn't drop anymore. It used to drop from the grey blob a long time ago. You can see in the RealMi page that this hasn't been updated in a while. The RealMi page also says that you can purchase it in the Nexus for 10 coins, which is not true, and the magic mushroom gives a hallucination bonus. The feed power is only 20, so you can't really use it for that, and it really is only seen as a collector's item. And with that, we've reached our final item. I will not be including the jungle drinks that you can get in the beach zone, because a lot of people got them during the Decca anniversary pack. The last item on this list is the transformation potion. A potion that gives hexed for 30 seconds, makes you hallucinate, and really doesn't do anything else than stun you and turn you into a pet. The item could previously be obtained by the alchemy table or the working bench that stood in the Med Lab on your way to Dr. Terrible. It can now be obtained through the area. I don't really know what I meant by this, but I was supposed to say arena, and was previously purchasable in the Nexus, and was achieved by doing a quest for the Tinkerer in previous updates. I remember getting tons of these in my gift chest, because you only had to get a tier 8 or tier 9 item to get 3 of them, and you had to get the 3 transformation potions before you could get any of the other quests. So every single RotMG player pretty much had like 1 billion of these potions and threw them all away, and now they are a vanity item and a collector's item. You know what? Let's do a bonus item. And your bonus item today would be the useless katana. What a useless fuck. This item would replace the Celestial Blade, or now called Solemn Blade, which dropped during the leak of the Lair of Draconis a couple years ago. Which, by the way, could count as a very rare item, because it doesn't drop from any enemies. This katana is known for having a worse DPS and base damage than the tier 0 katana. And by the way, admin items exist. Decca actually just reskinned the items to look much better in a dark and black color grading. The only one not upgraded with the sprite is the decoy. If you want to check the stats of these items, go check them for yourself on RealMi. Just look up admin and fill in the gap. I just recently received a comment on my latest video that showed another rare item, which is the bonus item 2 in this video. Surprise? Now what the heck even is this thing? To be honest, I don't know. The Pumpkin Master is an event boss that spawned in the Halloween Haunted Cemetery, which was a reskin of the Puppet Master scene core. Not in the drops of interest, not on RealMi, not on the internet I could find this item. I think it's a glitch, and you guys are free to tell me if you think the same. Is it a hack? Is it fake? Glitched? Photoshopped? What do you think? And I would also advise the guy that sent me this picture, this guy, to just explain how he got it, or maybe it was another item before and it got removed and replaced by this one. And it doesn't say that it's usable by any sort of character, so an explanation would be nice. So guys, this video hopefully gave you a trip down the memory lane, because it did to me. I remember all of these items being removed and added and removed in the earlier days of this game. Do you want to see something else? Do you think I forgot something? Call it down below, and as always, leave critique for me. I would like it, and not just dislike the video and leave the video, because I can't really work with that. So if you think that I'm an obnoxious asshole, just just tell me. It really helps me to give a reason for not to live. But you guys know I'm just kidding, and without further ado, let's go ahead and end this video with an awesome, sweaty, sour, and wet... See ya! That was moist.